They got better toward the end of the season, but they were giving up 25 points a game. So this team has some improving to do on the defensive side of the ball, and if they do that, they have a chance to win this division.
It's amazing to think that the last time they won the division, Jared Goff, who feels like a veteran quarterback, wasn't even born. Yeah, 1993 was the last time Detroit won that division. Let's go to Minnesota, where the Vikings are the defending champs. It's been a busy offseason with some familiar players out the door. That includes Adam Thielen and Eric Kendricks. They brought in Brian Flores to help fix that defense and then drafted USC wide receiver Jordan Addison in the first round. Kirk Cousins currently entering the final year of his contract, scheduled to be a free agent after 2023. And Swagoo, the Vikings won the division a season ago, but then they lost in the wild card round of the playoffs. How can they make a deeper run this year than last?
Play defense. Baby, so bad and disgusting watching them.
Glad that they released him. They felt like he was a great kicker who killed that particular team. And staying in the division, Tom Brady is now a limited partner with the Las Vegas Raiders. He's reached a deal with the Raiders owner, Mark Davis. At least 24 current NFL team owners have to approve Brady's partnership. Hard to imagine that they wouldn't. So Tom Brady is set to become a limited partner in the Las Vegas Raiders. And the former Raiders tight end, Foster Moreau, practiced today, and that was great news for somebody who earlier this offseason was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Not a surprise that he was out there. Not a surprise he's practicing. He's undergone treatment. He's done exceptionally well. He expects to be a full participant this season, and everybody around the league is rooting for Foster Moreau.
Well said, Shefty. And if you want to hear more from Foster Moreau, go check out the Adam Schefter podcast, as he joined Shefty not too long ago, one of my favorite football podcasts. New episodes out each week. Time now to swing around the NFC North. The Lions went 8-2 in their final 10 games last season. Big expectations now arrive in Detroit. They have the best chance to win the NFC North, according to ESPN Analytics, as they look for their first division title since 1993. They're followed by the Vikings, Bears, and the Packers in the closest division in the league between the top and the bottom of those two teams. So, Herm, a lot of hype around the Lions this year. It's been a while since we could say that. What needs to happen for them to meet those expectations and perhaps be better than last year?
Well, don't buy into the hype, and I don't think their head coach will allow that to happen.
This offense to look like under Jordan Love this season.
Well, I think you make the point, but also remember the guy that followed the guy? He had to follow a guy. Think about Love. He's taking a position and playing a position right now where two Hall of Fame quarterbacks have left there. One retired in Brett Favre, and now it's Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets. But I think this offense will change. There's a reason they went out and actually drafted two tight ends.
Yeah.
They're going to shrink the offense some to get his feet on the ground, play action, run the ball. That will also protect their defense. Their defense was weak against the run last year. This whole conference had bad defenses, by the way. But that'll help him. Bring him along slowly. Don't give him the whole playbook. Use the tight ends, the running game. He'll be fine.
Is there a more fascinating player in the NFL this season? Doesn't seem like it to me, at least. One start in 3 years. Now the guy in Green Bay. Let's go to Chicago, where we wrap things up. And Justin Fields is entering his third season. He may have turned the corner in the second half of last year, as after throwing more picks than touchdown passes in the first 6 weeks of the year, his total QBR nearly doubled from week 7 on, and he posted the fourth highest mark in the league, trailing only, how about this, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Josh Allen. Here's Fields earlier today.
The NFL, outside of when Justin Jefferson got taken away a couple of times. But they couldn't stop the pass. They couldn't stop the run. Couldn't get after the quarterback. Zadarius Smith, their best rusher from last year, walked out of the door. The Minnesota Vikings have played Jekyll and Hyde since I've had this job. We've always talked about an immense amount of talent that they've had on the roster and not being able to put it all together. Brian Flores should help. He's a one-gap guy. He wants to get up the field. He wants to pressure the quarterback. He wants to call blitzes at opportunistic times, and he wants to create and dictate on from a defensive standpoint, as opposed to waiting to see what's going to happen and then we make adjustments. So hopefully that helps out. If they play a little inkling of defense, they may have a shot at this division.
Yeah, seriously, Swagger. Last year was disrespectful to watch that defense week in in, week out. Let's keep things rolling here in the division. We go from Minnesota to Green Bay, and they are now led by Jordan Love following the trade of Aaron Rodgers. Love has just one career start so far in his career. A head coach spoke about his new starting quarterback at the team's OTAs earlier today.
The way he's matured as a man, the control that he has within the room, out on the field. I think that he maximized his opportunities these last couple of years in terms of just learning from one of the greatest to ever play this game. So I think he really took advantage of that, and certainly, it's never an easy spot to. Just with my reads and stuff like that, just seeing what the defense is doing and stuff like that. So, it's truly amazing when you just have that feeling going in, kind of, knowing where your guys are going to be more comfortable with the footwork stuff. So, it's been great. I'm just excited to be able to lead this team and to be able to reach new heights. So.
First of all, we need to enact a rule that allows Justin Fields to wear that orange visor in games. That was sweet. But Swagoo, I'll ask you, so much to like about what Justin Fields did in the second half of last season. Yeah. How much confidence do you have that he can not only carry that on this year, but be even better?
I'm still on the fence, babyface, because a lot of what Justin Fields' success was running for his life and having to create an offense for the major deficiency in what that team was offensively, and that was protection. And I know all the talk about Justin Fields seeing the field and all of that. His offensive line was terrible. This was the 32nd ranked passing game, and you should have a transition with that. You should have a better offensive line, what Poles did in the draft and in free agency. You should be able to, you got DJ Moore, more weapons on the outside, traded for Trace Claypool. You feel like this is a Jalen Hurts year for Justin Fields if he's protected. Because the proof has to be the fact that he can push the ball down the field with his arm, that they can create a consistent passing game, take care of the football. We know what he is athletically, and they can use that to enhance this offense. But there were times last year, babyface and Coach Herm, I know y'all remember, where Chicago just absolutely refused to throw the football. This year, you got to throw the football. You got to throw the football in this league to have some success and have the amount of success that they plan on having. So that'll be the transition for Justin Fields. We'll see if he can do it if he's protected.
Hey, to your point, Swagoo, 377 team passing attempts last year in a league where some teams push over 700. Coming up, DeAndre Hopkins was a no-show for the first day of OTAs in Arizona. With his future in limbo, the football receiver gave us some insight on what he's looking for in his next team. We'll discuss that when we return.
The team that was surging at the end of the season, they were 5-1 in the division. Think about that. They had the best division record, although they did not win the division. Offensively, we know they can move the ball.